Shout out to the sponsors, Bybit. Guys, I'm still trying to give away a Rolex. Okay, we need 200 signups on my Bybit link. The info and the Google form, the info is in my Telegram. So if you want a chance to win a Rolex for free, all you gotta do is sign up and fucking take some trades on Bybit. Info's in my Telegram. Shout out to them. Links in the description. And yeah, I hope everyone's making some money. Hope everyone's having a good time. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Guys, here's the bottom line, man. I'm bullish. I think we're going to see a new all-time high sooner than later. There's really two scenarios that I see playing out here, and both of them yield a new all-time high. So option number one, the preferred option. This is the low here, and we're putting in a higher low, and boom, option number one. Option number two is we get some sort of, this is kind of a little bit of a bearish retest here, right, of this level, and we're going to get one more leg down. How low that goes, I don't really know, but if we were to, if we were to get one more leg down and blow out this wick finally, right, maybe you get some sort of push, leverage, wipeout that extends us, into the low 50s. I don't really see us going below this cluster. Could we? Of course, anything could happen. But I think that, on any sort of deep sell-off, I would be very surprised to see us go below, kind of 50 for any prolonged period of time. That would put us well into the, kind of 30% pullback from the top region. And that would be the most bearish scenario, in my opinion, is we see one more big push down and, someone gets carried out below these lows and it overextends to the downside and then it quickly reverses. And then this is the kind of move that if you're not knife catching, you're giga-longing on the retest, right? Or the reclaim of the low. Now, the reason I think the first scenario is more likely than the second scenario is because we had the massive liquidation event kind of already, one of the biggest altcoin liquidation events here. So the one move that I did miss was basically I was traveling between Dubai and Australia and I was in transit all day and, we had this big dump. We had the Iran-Israel war talks and, the retaliation and the blah, blah, blah. And the market nuked and we saw a bunch of altcoins get smoked. Some altcoins were trading back, making all-time lows against BTC, trading back to levels from 6 months ago. So that was, in my opinion, the wipeout. At least you'd like to think. Now, the OI that gets wiped out here could be built back up, if we continue to grind and chop here, and then we could get another shakeout. So it's not necessarily like, hey, we already had the wipeout, it has to go up now. But either way, I think sooner than people expect, we're probably going to see an all-time high. And I think it either happens from here, right? And this is the low, or we get one more push and then an all-time high. So I'm not looking to, short this if it's going to go down. If it's going to roll, right? If this ends up rolling over from here and we push down, I'm much more interested in trying to bid on a big wipeout and then bid on a reclaim. So I'm not really interested in this short. I'm much more interested in this long, right? This long. So we'll see what happens. But high time frame, I still think we end up trading higher. Now, obviously, we have some macro factors that we have to pay attention to. One, there is still kind of, potential for war going on that could cause the markets to dump. The dollar also, right? We've had this big rally on the dollar, but to me, it's at a key level of resistance here, right? So dollar's been in a massive range, but right now, we are rejecting this level and we're back into the range. So if the dollar falls back down here, that's going to generally be good for crypto. Now, the S&P 500, right? Big sell-off, 3-week-long sell-off. Where did it sell off to? Weekly order block, getting a nice big bounce here. So we'll see what happens here. Is this a trend shift, right? Is this now going to make a lower high or is this going to make a fresh high, right? If it makes a fresh high, that's going to be a good look for crypto and for risk assets. So really the ideal situation for Bitcoin, right, is new highs here, dollar going down, right? And then crypto going up, right? So these two being correlated, this being inversely correlated. So dollar's at resistance, equities are at support, crypto is at support. So we want to see dollar reject, right? We want to see crypto and equities maintain a bid. Now, what's the bearish scenario? Well, of course, it's that we don't get continuation on equities, we don't get continuation on crypto, and dollar catches a bid. If the dollar is able to break out of this range and form a fresh high, right? So if the dollar does something like this, that's going to be, in my opinion, the most bearish scenario scenario for crypto and will likely lead to a larger sell-off. Now, we are heading into the summer. We're coming up to the month of May. There is a chance that, maybe we're going to go sideways throughout the summer. It's going to be choppy. But at the end of the day, like, this is not a bad chart, by any means. We've been going vertical and now we're kind of just going sideways, right? So it's kind of similar to this, right? Vertical, and then we're going sideways and people start shitting their pants. We're going vertical, now we're going sideways and people start to shit their pants. I still think this resolves in higher prices. The question is simple. Is it from here or is it, from here? But I don't think that the bull run is over. I think you're seeing a lot of people have doubt starting to creep in simply because price is going sideways, right? Price is going sideways. It's not going straight up. They're having trouble making money because you were only able to make money when price was going absolutely vertical. You weren't able to do it when it's going sideways. And for the most part, if you've got comfy entries and stuff like that and you don't really know how to trade, when price is going sideways and it's not in that up only easy mode price action, fucking chill out. Right? Don't do anything. But the problem most people make is they're going to trade this kind of price action the same way they were trading this. And it's not going to work because in the up only price action, every dip you buy gets rewarded almost instantly. And so you can have a bad entry, but you get bailed out. But when price is going sideways, oftentimes you buy the dip. You say, oh, I'll buy the dip. It's looking good. Oh, full retrace, right? You got to be a lot more nimble and a lot quicker with your entries and stuff. So I think it's just people getting shaken out by a few things. The volatility is not what it was. We're not seeing up only across the board. We're seeing kind of sideways price action, and it's just been time. We've been in this range for 45, 50 days now, and people are getting antsy. Their palms are getting a little sweaty, and now they're starting to say, well, maybe this is distribution, right? Maybe this is distribution, and we're going to sell off lower. Maybe this is distribution and it's over. And maybe this is distribution for here, right? Maybe it is. Maybe this sells off into down here. But I think people who are thinking that the bull run is over, I don't think they're right. Do I think that we're at the beginning of the bull run? Absolutely not. I think we're well into this thing. And I've said this for the past couple of months, right? We're up a ton off the lows, right? 3x already just for Bitcoin off the lows. Doesn't mean that we're not going to see some crazy moves and some crazy alt season potential, but we're not in the first inning anymore. The bull run is definitely, in process. I'm of the belief that we probably end sooner than people think, but I don't think it's over by any means. I think there's a bunch of people getting kind of being very sensational online, saying it's fucking over, you didn't make enough money, blah, blah, blah. There's still time, but I don't think we're early. I just think that, we are gearing up for another leg. It's just a matter of, where is it going to happen from? So if you don't have high confidence in where we are in price right now or trading in this type of environment, then don't. The last thing that you want to do is give back money that you made when price was going straight up in the one little bit of period of time where it's not, right? So if price is doing this, what you're going to see a ton of people do is they're going to make a killing and their P&L's like this. And then when price starts to go sideways, their P&L does this. And you give back all the money you made in easy mode in the chop. And you get shaken out before the actual next easy mode happens, right? So you got to kind of know your strength, know what you're good at, the environment in which you know how to trade and in which you thrive. And that's when you need to focus on trading. And when the market is not providing you those opportunities, you do not need to necessarily be in it at all times trying to leverage trade when the conditions aren't optimal for you. All right. So again, I don't think there's anything to worry about, like the bull run is over, blah, blah, blah. I just think that, it's a little bit of a trickier environment right now, but I'm generally, going to err on the side of longing until I'm proven wrong in this type of environment, regardless of, kind of what's happened. So we've got a potential higher low here, right? This is what we're playing. We've swept out this low. We've swept out all of these lows. The only low remaining is that one I talked about over here. So we still could come down and take this out, but I'm willing to take the bet and try and punt the long here. We've taken out the range low. You've basically got like a breaker or kind of demand or whatever the fuck you want to call it into here that we're retesting. So we've broken market structure. We're now retesting this demand zone here. I would have liked it to hold this as a sweep. So it held it as a sweep here, and then it closed below. So I would have liked that to hold as a sweep. That would have given me a little bit more confidence in the setup, but I'm going to hold the setup for now. But effectively, I'm looking for up from here, right? I'm looking for this to be a higher low and I'm looking for price to trade at least into here, but ideally up into here. So I think if we make a low below here, I think you're probably wrong, and you either try again closer to these lows for a deeper long, or you wait for this wick to get blown out. But I think if you took a long on this retest, I think you can put your stop right here. It shouldn't come back below that wick. You know, if you go down to the H4, I think it's probably a little cleaner. Here's your sweep, and it's pushing up a little bit. I don't love this candle right now, to be honest with you, but I think if you longed this retest, this is where your risk is right now, because if it's going to go below here, I think there's a good chance it comes another $1,000 plus down, and then maybe you try another long down here with your stop down there, or there's a good chance, you know, it's going to actually take out that 59K low. So if you're a bull on Bitcoin here, at least in the short term, I think you want to see us kind of defend this low. Otherwise, you know, maybe we're getting a deeper pullback, pull out your fib. You know, maybe we're coming back to 61. So if I can get out here, I would much rather re-long, you know, down here rather than hold and hope that this holds. You know, now I'm in massive drawdown from my original entry. So I'd rather take a stop out here and try again down here if that's what I'm going to do with a stop down there. So that's what I'm looking at on Bitcoin here right now. I'm hoping that, you know, we form a higher low. Somewhere in this range, we want to see a higher low form. We want to see higher prices. Ethereum, I think is a little cleaner. So if you look at Ethereum, we've got a really nice weekly sweep. Go down to the 12-hour. Here's your level on Ethereum. Ethereum, clean as a whistle. This is the level to watch on Ethereum right here. So we've got our weekly sweep, right, which we're trading deep within right now. This is your weekly sweep. We've got some H12 sweeps down here, right? Right there. If we are able to clear this, this is the H12 breaker. Okay. This is your H12 breaker block that caused this weekly sweep. There's your weekly sweep right there, right? Here is the point of origin. So if we're able to get above this, I think there's a very high likelihood that we trade up towards 38. If you didn't long, you know, down here, or any of this, which we did, and I shared them in Telegram and I longed again, this is what you wait for, in my opinion, is this becomes a H12 breaker. Right now it's a bearish order block. If they flip it, right, get above here, this becomes an H12 breaker. And then I think you target these kind of relatively equal highs up here. So this would be your breaker block targeting this liquidity up here. So that would be the setup I'd be looking for on ETH if we're going to be super bullish, is a flip of this zone here around 32 to 3,300 and target 3,800. So super clean in my opinion. Now, Ethereum BTC, is it finally starting to bottom? I mean, is this the worst chart in the world? Yes. Is it finally starting to bottom? One can only dream. But we've now kind of cleared out all the potential lows here. We've cleared out the low again here. So the question is, right, is this starting to bottom out, or is it just starting to perk up because Bitcoin is that weak, right? Like we've had a couple of days of green here. And is that because this is, you know, starting to try and go up, or is Bitcoin just really weak and Ethereum is less weak? If it doesn't go up from here, right? Like if it doesn't go up from here, where does it go up from? Does it come down like 0.35, 0.035? I don't know. So I'd much rather see it hold around here. But again, if the entire market rolls over and Bitcoin's going to trade into the, you know, mid to low 50s, this is going to probably make a lower low and then kind of V reverse, and that might end up being the bottom. But for now, you know, kind of let's see if it holds here and see what happens. But this has just been a horrific chart to trade and to look at. Bro could swallow peanut butter. The answer is yes. I don't know what it is, but I want to eat it. Delicious. Can your neck be used as collateral on Bybit? Yes. How is swimming in Dubai? Apparently very dangerous. It wasn't until after I got back to the hotel that people told me do not walk in the water because you'll get electrocuted. So I'm just glad I didn't die. I'll be buying myself a big old boat. How do you allocate 50K at this point to maximize gains, no leverage? I'd use that 50K and I'd fund research for a time machine. I'd go back in time. I'd put all of it in fucking whiff at 1 penny. BlackRock zero flows again. Damn, bro. Larry Fink. Bitch made. Stupid fucking thing. I got smoked on this. Like, I would like some regular coins to go up, not just fucking meme coins. I fucking rented an R8 because it's all they had, man. Everything flooded. Like all the supercar rental places, they all flooded. And so how this was the only car the guy could get me, and I like took out in the desert and went off-road just slightly. I was just trying to turn around. As soon as I hit the sand, the fucking car was stuck. Oh my God, bro. Remember this guy? Where's AZTV, you son of a bitch? I wrote his name here. February 6th, he said to long Ondo at 20 cents and forget about it. Look at this fucking cooker, dude. I can't believe I faded you. What an asshole I am. Free money main. Fading free money. Fuck, that's annoying. Here's what I know about Wormhole. I didn't get any. Oh my God. It's only a scam coin if you bought it up here. This guy says DMT, way better than Ondo. Thank me later. I love when people say thank me later, because 90% of the time, I will never thank them later. I don't really know how to trade these fucking meme coins, because this meme coin is literally a meme of Joe Biden, but the name is spelt wrong and he looks derpy. I mean, does it go up when he does something stupid? Imagine 4 more years. Pause. Imagine being that old. Or maybe he saw something gay out in the audience and he's like, pause. Listen, I don't even know what day it is. It's Thursday. Okay, go buy some breakout challenges so I can pay off my debts from the fucking bottle service in Dubai, where every time there's a table at one of these crypto conferences, me and the boys get stuck with the bill. 100 people at our goddamn table at this fucking club after fight night. The bill comes, they're like fucking cockroaches when you turn the light on. They all fucking scatter. It's unbelievable.